Hey, what's up? I wanted to just sit here and chop it up and ponder on a few things. I see a lot of people they done made, they done rushed so they can make their YouTube videos or whatever. A lot of people doing this shit for likes and everything. They don't even really give a fuck about Nipsey. They don't give a fuck about Lauren. They don't give a fuck about his kids, his mother, his father, his siblings. They don't give a fuck about the immediate family. They don't care about none of that. All they care about is, making videos so they can get likes, views, all that shit. And they not really discussing the real issues and the real problems that's going on. And one of the real issues and problems is that our youth in the communities is killing one another, and this shit has gotten out of hand. And the thing here, I got two questions. I've been sitting up here and I've been pondering all day, pondering all last night, and I was hearing different, I was hearing different things. My mind, my mind is kind of clouded right now, because I'm human, and as men, you know what I'm saying, we got feelings. We have feelings too, and Nip was like, a pillar in the community. For someone as young as him to do the things he was doing, you know, that's remarkable. I take my hat off to him. I commend him for everything he was doing because, you know, there's not a lot of black men these days, especially young black men who do the things that Nipsey was doing, with the black community. He helped the kids. He preached to the kids, showed the kids, you know, what to do, what not to do, how to live righteously. He's showing grown people too, how to progress in this world, you know, how to be successful and open up and own and run your own businesses. And you know he was teaching economics, teaching health and wealth, trying to bring the community together on a positive note so we can all be strong. And he was killed, he was murdered. And like I said, the questions I have is this: was he murdered by one of his friends, someone who he loved and looked out for, someone who turned jealous, had a jealous heart, wanted to be like him, wanted to have what he had, wanted his spot or whatever. And he was jealous, jealous hearted, and killed the man? Or was it orchestrated by the government? You can look at it two ways, or you can look at it however you want to look at it. Me, I looked at it 3, 4, 5 different ways. But I hear a lot of people saying it's not gang related, and I was one of the ones who said it wasn't gang related. And then there's people who saying it's a government conspiracy, saying the government is behind it. And I'm leaning towards both ways. I say the government had their hands in it, and I say they don't have their hands in it. It just depends, the way things went down, the shooting and everything. I'm sure everybody's seen the video The video, I seen a video. It was disturbing, you know. Guy walks up nonchalant, shoots Nipsey, shoots his homeboy, or I don't know if that was someone that was related to him. They both fall. He leaves, then he comes back a second time, stands over him and shoots him. Leaves, come back a third time, shoots him. And then before he runs off, he kicks Nipsey Hussle in the head, and then just casually runs off towards the side of the building, the back of the building where the alley is. You know, my thing is they have 2 cameras in that alley on that building, pointing directly, not really directly at one another, but one pointing north and one pointing south. So, you know, my thing is, why come we haven't seen any footage from those 2 cameras? And there's also on 58th Place, there's also a house there, I believe, that has a camera that's facing the alley. And I don't know if those people at that residence would even allow the police to view anything on their camera, but there's a camera there also, you know, off of 58th Place in Crenshaw. Anyway, my guess is that he pulled up in the alley or whatever, walked up, you know, it was planned. Of course it was planned, and did what he did, and the same way he came is the same way he made his exit and escape. Now the thing is, I know that the government can hypnotize people, and they use MK Ultra, you know, which is mind control, and they can do the same tactics they use with these people who do these mass shootings, shooting up the schools and shooting up theaters and everything like that. They can do that too with gang members, you know, and have him go do what he did, exterminate Nip. And, you know, the reasons behind it is because, you know, and it's bigger than Dr. Sebi, you know, making a documentary exposing big pharma and all these big pharmaceutical companies and everything, you know. It's that plays a role, but it's bigger than that because, like I said, Nip was he was educating people with wealth and health and, you know, on economics and you know, about businesses, how to run and operate your own business, you know, owning land and everything. So, you know, and being as young as he was and educated and intelligent and articulate and everything, and he had a huge following. So anybody, especially a black man that's young, that has a huge following like that, they want to get rid of him, especially when he's speaking positivity into everybody's ears, you know. He had a huge platform, so that was, you know, that's a reason to get rid of him, you know, get rid of him quick. But yeah, the government does use mind control, and I believe they could have did that, you know, hypnotized. And we'll know if that's the case, because if they catch him and bring him to court, he'll have that dumbfounded look. He'll have that dazed look, that spacey look in his eyes, where he's highly medicated, where he's like he's hypnotized, where he doesn't, you know, he doesn't, he's not aware of his surroundings or anything like that. You know, this is how he'll be looking. This will be the look upon the shooter's face if they catch him. And if that's the case, you know, he won't remember anything or nothing like that, you know. If that's not the case, the other scenario is he was just a hating ass, young ass nigga who wanted handouts or whatever, didn't want to work for nothing, you know, or just a jealous motherfucker, you know, just a jealous, hating, selfish ass, dirty, no good motherfucker that took a real pillar from the community from everyone, you know. And that's all it is. It really could be just that, you know. I mean, they say Nipsey clowned him or whatever, you know. They had words, told him don't come up to the store or whatever, because he was a snitch. So he could have got upset and angry, left, came back like, hey, I don't want to be disrespected, and shot and killed Nip. But why would you do that, If you're a known snitch, why would you do that? It's got to be more to it, but that's what everyone's saying. I guess everything will come out in the light, He was supposedly been X'd out from his neighborhood, from Rolling 60's crib, because he snitched, can't come back in the hood or whatever, but he was in the hood. And he was up there deep in the hood, in the middle of the hood, on Crenshaw and Slauson at the Marathon store. So, if he snitched, what was he doing around anyway? There's a lot of dark spots in this, a lot of gray areas in this story, So, as the days go on, the everything will reveal itself. What's ever in the dark will come to the light. It always does. Nip was light for sure. He gonna shine. He gonna continue to shine. His energy is shining right now with all the love he been getting, on social media ever since everyone found out about this. I just want to give shouts out to him for being the man he was, and I ask that everyone pray for his family, pray especially for his children and everything, and pray for each other too, because we living in some crazy, wicked ass times, especially when our youth just killing each other for nothing and no reason, But let me know what y'all think. Let me know how y'all feel about this. I know I feel fucked up and everything, but yeah, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. All right, peace.